Hi, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean. Please welcome Wisdom Seeker Joan and Terri Suzuki of Kigaru Spiritual Journeys. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello, it's good to see you, and good to see everybody here.
Very, very nice. And we have Teresa Ann Hanna is here. Sheena Falcon is here. Nice to see you. Natalie Noya. And it says StreamYard. We are so grateful to have you guys join us. And today we're going to have a little bit of fun and answer some questions. And let's go ahead and let's just Terri, you were recently on Heart and Soul Connected with Allie Martin's show, and that was really phenomenal. I just wanted to kind of ask you. It was really interesting. I just wanted to point that out that it was a great show. If anybody hasn't watched that, it's Allie Heart and Soul Connected, and it is Terri was on doing a Sunday show with her. And there's also another show on Allie's channel, Heart and Soul Connected, on Thursdays. And I'm not sure which one of you are going to be on this Thursday.
I am. And myself and Thayer.
I thought I was going to be on with Thayer.
Maybe you are.
Okay.
You probably are. It's hard to say because when I was talking to Allie on her program at 10, she said, "Oh, it's too bad that you had to miss this week, but you'll be on next week with Thayer." And I'm like, "Okay, I was on last week with Mark. I'm pretty sure I was there."
And I got an email from her saying it's me and Thayer this week, so who knows?
Okay, yeah, just in case, because it's nice sometimes to have a break too.
Yeah.
But Jean, thank you for mentioning that show at 10. That was I think it was near the last question. The angels came in and they wanted to do a healing, and Allie was so generous to let me have the time to do it. So I had to kind of warn her, sometimes this takes a little bit more time than normal. And that was lovely.
It paid off for sure. It was really phenomenal. It was really beautiful. And I could feel the energy. Obviously, you and I, we do kind of run in the same energy circles, but it was very powerful and just beautiful. And I know that Allie was really taken back by the process as well. So yeah, it was really, really good. So yeah, it's lovely. And Miss Mims is here. Hi, Miss Mims. I did throw you a wrench. Thank you for asking. And Esther G is here. Lauren Hunsinger, Butterfly Kisses Healing. And D Barb is here. Sweet and Salty and Wiki. So nice to see everybody. How nice. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for posting your questions. And Linda J is here. Nice to see you. And Kelly from Dozen Cats Wellness is here. Hi, Kelly. Thank you for coming. So nice. So very nice. So let's see where I am. I know that Sheena came in early, and let's go ahead. I know that she's been waiting for a little while. So Sheena would like to know, get a message from her mom, and her mom's name is Kathy, and she is just really missing her right now. So, the first one takes a little bit of time, so give us a moment. Did your mom do like cross stitch? Those things where you stretch a piece of fabric around a hoop and then you lock it in and then you do some needle. Is it needle point? Is that what it's called? Sheena, let us know if your mom did any kind of needle point or cross stitch or anything like this. She's showing me a hoop with fabric. I'm not sure if this is quilting at all, but Oh, the Crone Zone are here. Hi, ladies. Nice to see you. And Starhawk is here. Very nice. So, Sheena, if you would just let us know if you, I know it takes a minute, but let's just continue while we're waiting.
So Sheena, I don't necessarily have anything yet, but I'm kind of interacting with your energy. And I just think this is interesting because I'm not, they show us all sorts of different things, and I'm seeing like a pastel rainbow, like the whole sky and everything around me is like a pastel rainbow. And it's like you're that energy, that just nice, soft, beautiful energy. So I just thought I'd let you know that. And now I'm going to work a little harder to get a message from Kathy. And anyone else can go.
I'm just getting little stuff at first here too. The first thing I saw were little tiny red tennis shoes, like for a toddler. And then I saw, whom I assume to be your mother, putting on a pair of shoes. They were like either boaters or moccasins or something like that. They were leather, and they were yellow, though. They were yellow leather, and it made me feel like, and she just had cotton socks on that she was putting them over and was just dressed in pedal pushers or something for a summer day. But it made me feel like even in everyday things, she liked things just a little bit to stand out, that she had an eye. She was stylish in a practical way. She liked to integrate things that were a little bit special into everyday life. It's not like she's going to put on a pair of $300 high heels and going out to dinner, but just even the yellow leather shoes, the kind of soft moccasin-y like shoes, it gave her great pleasure. And then I saw her in the kitchen kind of doing the same type of thing. Maybe she did used interesting colors in decorating, but not like, okay, we're going to tear out the kitchen and redo it and it's going to cost $100,000. No, just maybe painting one wall a different color or something. And it just gave her a lot of happiness. And let me know if that sounds right. I'll try to go in and see if I can find anything else too.
So she's kind of gone on, and thank you both Jean and Joan, because your messages somehow are making my message make a little more sense, or they're influencing my message here. So I saw her on the stage, and then when you said the little red shoes, I saw the little red shoes, and then I saw her, and then what I saw happening is she was drawing my eye upward, but she was quilting it upward. All these little squares going up and up and up. And what I'm getting from that is that she, in a sense, cobbled together a life, quilted a life. And she's saying, because that I had to do this to keep ends together, to keep life going on, to fulfill the creative side of her. So it wasn't just always of necessity, it was somewhat of necessity, and it was somewhat of it fulfilled her. She said, because this is how you grew up, you have all the resources, you have all the little things that you need to live this life, that you have way more ability, way more resources than I have. And I'm so proud of you that you've been able to use these. I'm proud that you noticed, and I'm proud that you wanted, I'm just feel honored you wanted a message from me. That's what I got.
That is so sweet. So very sweet. Well, thank you very much for your question, Sheena. We really appreciate you being here. It does really help. And I see that T-Bar really spelled it out. And she said, listen for your name to come up, and please give the readers feedback during your reading. It really does help. We can't really do it without your energy. And when your loved ones give us little drops, little messages, little pictures, and we need to validate this in order to strengthen that connection. Otherwise, it just floats away. So by you saying, yes, she did, or no, she didn't, we know whether or not we're at the right direction. And it's just very vital energetically that you're involved, that you're here, that you're listening, that you are either agreeing or disagreeing. It doesn't matter if she'd never touched, anything with needlework. It's fine. It's okay to say no, but it's real important for your participation. So we appreciate that, and thank you very much, T. Barb, for pointing that out. All
Oh, she
right.
says she's sorry she's driving. So
Oh,
that no, that's just fine.
Yeah. Well, and remember, she said cobbled together, and maybe she was using the the image of a quilt because quilts are kind of cobbled together. I guess if I'm sewing it, it's cobbled together. Okay, I'm not a great planner on the sewing thing.
Excuse me, did you,
I'm
are you,
sorry.
okay. When I went back in, I saw, well, first I've been feeling my third eye all lit up and getting the impression that she's saying, you've got this vision too. You have that creativity and can do what she did, kind of bringing the special into the everyday. And it makes, it just makes the world more special. And it uplifted her so that her life, it wasn't just, okay, we all have drudgery in our life, but that really gave her joy and uplifted her. And she sees that you do that too. And that's what I got.
that's beautiful. That's really beautiful, Joan. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very sweet. Both of you. It was a beautiful reading. So we have Starhawk here. Look at Starhawk's icon there. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very nice. So Starhawk says, I feel like my guides are trying to tell me something, but I'm just not sure what it is. Is there a message you can relay from my guides? So Starhawk, what I'm, and this is just me getting an inkling that you may be getting some synchronicities and maybe some repetition of things that keep coming up. And it seems like it's a little more than it cannot be possibly a coincidence, so let's go ahead. Oh, she made her icon. She said, thank you. I enjoyed making my icon. It is very beautiful.
Yeah. Right away, my throat chakra lit up. So it's all about communication, and it's not like they're trying to send you like this secret message or a very, very specific thing. They're just trying to, we're here, just opening up communication. So I got the throat chakra, and then I saw, the old movies where they would have what is it when they go SOS, the
Morse code.
Morse code, yes. So they're trying to find a way in and giving you messages, but it's like Morse code that you have to kind of get used to their way of communicating and how you receive it and how they can send it, so you can get a deeper understanding of what they're trying to communicate. But right away, it's just nothing real specific. It's just opening you up. We're here.
And
I agree with that. But go ahead, Terri.
I was going to say they're kind of funny because I knew, but kind of heard bingo. So, thanks for backing up Joan's reading. They are not giving me a message per se, but they're saying that they would like you to try to eke out a little bit of quiet time so that you can have time with them to interact, to think. I just want to let you know, just from my experience, that that quiet time doesn't always mean they're going to talk to you right then and there. What it does is it kind of somehow sharpens the connection, and then they will provide nudges or dreams or talk to you with that whatever clair they do. But so they're just suggesting that they would like you to take a tiny bit more time with them.
Yep, that's very, very true. I agree with both of you. And so Starhawk saying that she's working on manifesting a plan, and many steps are slowly coming together. So she wanted to fine tune a way to communicate. And you can always use a pendulum and get to know your pendulum and get to know uh, the right the finesse. There's like a nuance, a little bit of a nuance, a way to ask questions. And it's not like absolute questions. It's, what's the energy around, things like this. You can also use tarot cards as well. Or they do also have oracle cards that are a little bit of a more of a direction type of answers to them. But it's really listening to your own gut instinct, and trusting yourself. Trust it's you. They're not going to tell you what to do. You're getting to know your own energy is your best tool. Your body, your gut, your intuition will speak to you. This is how your guides will speak to you. They'll speak to you through, if you have an uneasy feeling or if you have an energetic feeling, like that you are just really excited to move forward, or if you have if it seems to be draining your energy, then maybe that's not the right thing to do. If you feel invigorated and fulfilled and really joyful, that would be a direction that you want to move into. Um, it's important to get guidance from your guides, but they're not going to tell you what to do. They want you to learn what to do and to listen to your own. You are just as powerful as your guides are. You guys are it's a team. So they need you to take part in this as well. So that's interesting. Joan, did you have something else? Did you have more?
Oh, only to say, if you do go to the pendulum or cards or anything to ask, don't do it. Because I just saw myself of weighing, well, should I do this? Should I do that? And really getting in and really using the head to try to analyze everything. And go in and ask the questions in the morning or the evening or sometime when you haven't been, parsing all the questions and all the things and just making yourself crazy, which is kind of what I do often. Because you'll be depleted. It'll be harder to get that message. So maybe in the morning or whenever that you're just kind of relaxed, you're out, after you take out the garbage or something, doing some sort of menial task or folding the laundry, and your mind's just wandering on something else, then maybe sit down and ask the cards, or ask them while you're folding laundry and not really thinking about it. And you might get the feeling.
Go ahead.
I got a little bit more too, and they reminded me of something that recently happened to me, is that I've been having technical problems with my computer, all my devices. And so a good friend said, Terri, have you called in a technical angel yet? And I'm like, oh, you can do that? Call. So whatever you're working on manifesting, or, you can do that too. Call in the angel that is, responsible for that area.
Wow.
We were thinking about moving, and I read in one of in a blog that I really like, that this woman channels many people, including St. Peter. And I didn't know this, but St. Peter said that he was in charge of logistics when, Jesus and everybody was traveling all over the place. And so he said, call me in for logistics. So if there is, moving is a logistical process, so you might want to ask him too. But I like the ideas of calling the angel in charge of whatever.
Yeah, get yourself a real estate agent. Real estate angel. Sorry.
Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you very much, Starhawk. And she says, okay, I understand. I understood. I've always been empathic, but sometimes I don't listen enough. So definitely need to up my meditation. Yeah. Just and sometimes it doesn't take very much. Just small tweaks will make a big difference. So all the best to you. And thank you very much for being here and asking your question. Okay, let's see. Somebody also said, Linda J says, I think they just answered my question too.
Good.
Yep. And this is what happens when we join together in a group like this, that sometimes the one person, and that's why we appreciate everybody asking their question, because it may pertain to more than just one person.
Mhm.
So thank you very much. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so I have Leah Mama is here, and she said, "Good morning, ladies. Any advice from my spirit team about my career? I'm stressing at the moment. Any advice would be appreciated." Thank you, Leah Mama. Let's see what we can find out from you. So I'm sort of feeling a little bit like you are taking on um, it doesn't feel like you're the owner of your career. That this is not your place of business. However, you're taking on all of the problems on your shoulder, as if there's a chaos going on, or people are not getting along well, or whatever it is, you're taking it on your own shoulders, instead of letting the person in charge take that situation. In other words, you're worried about the whole company. You're worried about, even if it's a hospital or something, you're worried about things that are outside of your control, things that are more of an operational type of a thing of problem. And perhaps, I understand that the energy around you does affect you, but I just feel as though you're taking on the responsibility that may not be yours to bear alone. So let me just see if that makes any sense to you, Leo Mama, and if you guys have anything.
Why don't you go, Terri?
Okay. Yeah, I got something right away that was kind of interesting. So, do you remember our friend who made her own star hawk?
Yeah.
On my stage, I suddenly saw the Leo kind of star, and then it just became like a cartoon lion that did a little stretch and then started moving. And the lion is moving very, very confidently. And so, he's letting me know this is Leo. This is Leo. And he sees this little white thing and he pounces on it and he puts his paws over it and traps it. And the information that he's letting me understand from that is there is some sort of opportunity in the future for you that's coming up soon. And your guides want you to pounce on it. Like, let's say something opens up in your company, a different job that you'd kind of like, and what they don't want you to do is sit there saying, shouldn't I, and then miss the opportunity. They want you to pounce on it, because you can always say no if that in the end, after you interview them, I don't believe in just being interviewed. I got to interview them to find out if I want the job or not. And you can always say no, and it could be outside of a company, but there's just something coming up that they want you to go ahead and pounce on with all the verve of a lion. So
That's wonderful. I think I got something similar, but of course in a very different and odd way. Um, when I first tuned in, I saw this like muscle-bound man. He looked sort of like the Incredible Hulk or the Jolly Green Giant, except with bigger muscles. And he was angry. And I don't know if that's you feeling trapped and like so much responsibility and not being happy about it. And then also at the same time over here, the Incredible Hulk person was looking over here and seeing this lovely aqua colored pool, like a swimming pool or a beach. I think it was a pool more, and just feeling like I want to be there, where it's fun and sunny and easy, and it's just like too much here. So it's either this could be you and you're feeling trapped and like way too much weight on your shoulders and you want to be at the swimming pool. Or it could be somebody in your current work situation who's like the Hulk and just kind of making things very Hulk angry and taking it out on you. But either way, I think it might be time to find a way to let go. And maybe you don't have to leave that job entirely, but leave the feeling of this is all on my shoulders. And it might be, maybe the swimming pool, because later I saw you in the swimming pool on the diving board and doing like and into the pool. So, and no splash, just perfect. It was a good entry. So maybe put some energy into that, and to just as Terri and Jean were saying, is to look for something else. But maybe the fact that you even do that, and in some corporations, you have to let your current boss know where, even when you're applying for something. And that might be, I mean, if you're the one who's holding it all together, it might wake them up enough to ask you, well, what can we do to make you stay here? And then have the list ready. I need 3 assistants. I need no calls after 5 p.m. I need this, I need that. And I need to go to that pool and not take my computer with me. So be ready with that list, but also be ready to say, see ya, I'm off to wherever.
Cool.
Yeah. And that's very good advice from both of you ladies. Thank you very much. And we just wish you all the best, Leo Mama. And, make sure you take time for yourself and take your mind off of things, make sure you take that break.
And software. I mean, those people work around the clock.
Yeah. It's very intense. It's very intense. And it's software. I mean, it's not, it's not life or death. It's not the emergency room, but they just tend to really put a lot of pressure on you. So we feel for you. But thank you very much for your question. We appreciate it. So we have Kay Travel here. Hi, Kay. Nice to see you. I would love to hear from my grandmother, Mildred, please. T-Barb says, Joan's on fire. She is. Grandmother Mildred, 4K. So I'm getting a smart woman. I'm getting a, she seems to be like in her 70s when she's presenting to me. And she is, she's just a lovely woman. She seems to be, maybe, I don't know why she may be a little taller than normal. Like you think grandmothers to be short, but she seems to be a little bit taller. Maybe like a longer torso. I'm not sure why this is important, but it's just and I do see her wearing glasses. She's very kind. She's not a typical grandmother, though. She's very independent and she's very intelligent, and she is. There must be something else that occupies her time. She must have a hobby or a some sort of an outside interest that she's working on all the time. I'm not sure what that might be, but it's not a job, and it's not it's some sort of a that she's responsible, or not responsible, but she's part of a group that I'm not sure what type of group this would be, but she's active, she's part of a group. It's not something creative that she sits home and creates by herself. It's something that she does with a group, and it makes her very active. I'm not Oh, geez, is it a travel group? Was she a big traveler? Oh my gosh. She's just showing me that she does something with a group, and there's a group of them, and they do different things together. So I'm not sure, whether I'm not sure what exactly, whether it's a church group or whether it's um, you know, a singing group. Maybe she's in a choir. There's something that's outside the home that she's in a group, and that really fulfilled her life. And it's not a job. It's not a sedentary type of creative type of thing, but she's very intelligent, and loves to socialize. She's a very good socializer, and she's saying that you have these qualifications as well. You're very social. You're very intelligent. You'd like to be on the go and doing different things, and you like to have there's you have a lot of interests, and you like to you execute them, you make things happen. And she's saying that you love this sort of energy and the vibe that she had, and that she sort of gave you this uh, role model to follow, and you sort of follow into her footsteps. But yeah, so that's what I have.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to be that helpful in this one, because I'm seeing several images that cannot quite place. It almost feels like, when I tap into her energy, that she has a foot in both worlds, like a foot here, foot there. Like she's not quite gone. So I don't know if she passed away recently, but what she is showing me is like the balcony at an opera, that she's in the very first row up on the balcony looking. And but before I saw this, I also saw like a old playhouse, in kind of a rundown old playhouse. Same place though, center of the balcony up there. It it almost made me look like, almost for a moment, it almost looked like I was looking at her through a car window, like but it's kind of cleared up. It's more like a balcony. She's in the center. She, the thing is that there's several things going on here. She is kind of looking at you as the new actress on the stage, but the people, well, there's no people, but the spirit I feel around her are also looking at her, like she used to be famous on the stage. She was famous, and now she's showing that back at you. So that's what I got, that there's some sort of, I don't know exactly, just some sort of recognition here.
Mm. She said she loved music and dancing, and that she passed in 84. She also said she traveled in her mind, and that she was an avid reader. Let me see if I can find that. It was right up here. Oh,
Wow.
she said independent, glasses, and a big reader. So, Terry, you can attest to that. Because a reader uses their imagination to travel, and this is kind of being in both worlds, right?
Yes, I have slightly, since I started doing this, I've realized that, so I can't just read any book now. I used to just read voraciously. I can't watch just any TV show or any movie, because I now realize that I travel in those things. I go with them, and now I realize that those authors, artists or whatever, that they're channeling spirit, and I'm following the channel. So I have to be
Wow.
very careful now. So I can understand she traveled.
Yeah. Got the cheap flight. Um, what I saw, and now it makes a lot more sense. The very first thing I saw was looking at the top of her head, and at that time, her hair was sort of gray, and someone had a ruler and was drawing a line down the top of her head. Like, there's this part of my mind, and there's this part of my mind. And I was like, okay, what's this all about? And then I saw her with a ruler drawing a line down the center of the paper. And I did get the feeling that, let's see, that she balanced these areas of her life. That, let's see, what did I say? Her life had two distinct aspects. That maybe she was an artist, a draftsperson. I can't read my writing. Maybe she was in business, an architect, like to sketch things out or just imagine. She also did all the mother and grandmother and all the, the things that we all have to do. But she devoted half of her brain to this other area. And then at the end, I saw her, okay, instead of it's a straight line down, it was, when you are in school and you learn 1 point perspective. So here's the vanishing point, and there's two lines. And now she's drawing a little, a street scene on either side. So it's all of it's coming out. And the message, if I asked her for a message, find a way to bring in what you want. Don't give your life over to just, surviving and getting by. Use your imagination to bring what you want into your life, because in some ways that's what she did too.
Wow, that's fascinating. That's fascinating. And she said she was an incredible seamstress. And this is what you're getting, the ruler and then putting it on the paper and then the vantage point. That's all
Yeah.
she was. And she conveyed this into a message for Kay. I'm assuming your name is Kay because it's Kay Travel. But oh, wow. She said, so interesting. And this is just phenomenal. It's really powerful, the kind of communication that's coming through our loved ones. It's really beautiful. Where was it? Pamela says, I've noticed that over the last 18 months, I cannot register anything. In the past, I was able to do that. I have to watch what movies she watches. So she's glad to see that you're saying that. And Miss Mim said that happens to her too. So you're not alone. And I think that there's got to be a change in the energy, the change in the veil is thinning. So we're going places. We're leaving this realm a little bit more than when we used to. Just a possibility, just something to think about. I'm not saying it's definite, but it sounds like it's a possibility that it could be the energies or the density that's changing.
I know.
Wow.
I used to read a book or two a week, and mystery thrillers and things like that. And I haven't been able to sit down and read probably in 2 years. I just can't do that anymore. So something's up.
Yeah. Me too. That's what I loved reading. And now it just once in a great while, they have to be pretty lightweight.
Yes.
They have
Nothing
to have
dark.
been done with a light heart.
Definitely.
And thank you, Kay Travel, for asking us to bring your grandmother Mildred through. She's such a lovely energy and very smart. And I could see that she had many different interests, and she just wanted you to know that you're very much in her likeness. And she feels that you see her as a role model as well. And that's just so beautiful. And it's just really interesting the way she was communicating with all three of us in just that little nuance, in that little bit of a different way. Lovely, lovely. Thank you, Kay. That was really exciting. I enjoyed that. Sorry, I'm trying to. Okay, so Sweet and Salty is here. Hi, Sweet and Salty. Nice to see you. And she says, may I have a message from my grandpa, Roy? And Sammy, that's nice. Sammy says, it's so admirable to give such a gift to all of us. Thank you all. Oh,
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Kay Travel says, thanks so much to all three of you. It was really interesting.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Really. Okay. Sorry. Roy.
Right.
So he just seems, he's saying to me that, and no disrespect, but he says, I'm nobody special. Like it's just, he doesn't want any attention on him. He seems to be, very much, he seems to have humility. He didn't want the spotlight on him. He played by the rules, and he stayed within the lines, and he just says, he just is somebody who doesn't want the focus on him. Let me see if there's a message in there. He's just telling me that he was a hard worker. He said this was during his lifetime. It was really important to be a hard worker. Like it really paid off. Like if you went into work on time and you put in the extra effort, and you would be recognized and you would be rewarded. It's a much different energy in this day and age. And he's saying that. That he really took pride in whatever he did it well. Whatever he said he was going to do, he did his absolute best. And this was very fulfilling to him. And he never regretted it for a moment. So I'm not sure if there's something in your life, Sweet and Salty, that he may be referring to, that if you're going to step into it, to make sure you give it a good, honest effort, and not that it's not honest. You know what they say, like a good effort. Make sure you put some just a good effort into it, is what he's saying. Interesting. Oh, she said he was a dentist. Yeah, interesting. Anyone else?
Interesting, because so when I finally kind of saw him on my stage, he didn't show me him as a person. He showed me him as an old truck, like one of those old truck. And so it's so funny she said a dentist, because it's one of those old trucks where the grill makes like teeth. It's like it's a line and lines. It's like the grill of the truck has teeth. And seeing him on the stage like this makes me feel like hard worker, makes me feel like a good honest truck, a good honest hard worker here who put in the work and did the value. And also I get a feeling of nostalgia. I get a feeling of those old time parties in the yard, where you had lots of generations. You had those folding chairs that had the colorful wefts and warfs, weaving in it. And half the time with your kid, you got in it wrong, it snapped shut on you, and somebody had to rescue you. And but he's giving me the feeling like he adored her. He adored watching her at these things as a little kid. That he adored being with family. And then after I'm kind of seeing these things, and he is a humble guy. It feels like he's a humble guy. He doesn't really want to brag or say anything. And then he shows me like 3 sheaves of wheat, like 3 big bundles of wheat. And I'm not really getting a message about him as much as I'm getting a feeling like you come from good stock. You come from that this is all in your DNA, there's something about the sweet that says history, family, DNA. That's kind of, I hope these wheat stalks mean something to you.
Very nice. Very nice.
I got first. I just saw him kind of on a hilltop overlooking a little city, and again, he was kind of quiet. I'm doubtful of this. I saw him holding a cigar, but being a dentist, I kind of doubt that he would smoke cigars. But who knows in his day? And he was saying you don't have to make headlines to live a good life. That and that he had a big influence on a smaller population just by doing his work and being the kind person that he was. And he showed me like the goldfish that grows to the size of the tank. And maybe his tank wasn't massive, but he grew and had influence within his circle, and that felt good. You didn't have to be on Twitter and have 1 million followers or something like that, but to be known and respected within your circle, within your community, was just enough, and it was lovely. So yeah, thank you for introducing us.
Very nice. Very nice. So Sweet and Salty had some beautiful feedback. She said that she is adopted. Wow. She said that he was a strict Baptist and that he was a dentist. And she said she didn't know him very well. And she said he made false teeth too, which was probably, at the cutting edge during his time. But that is really fascinating that Roy is really gave us a good snapshot of his energy. I thought that was very interesting to dip into his energy. Go ahead, Joan.
I didn't want to say it, but now that he made false teeth, it makes sense. I was seeing Grandpa Simpson, and he was the one holding the cigar. And didn't he have false teeth?
Yes.
Why am I seeing Grandpa Simpson? Anyhow.
Oh, Roy has a sense of humor too.
One of those quiet, sly ones.
Yeah.
Oh, that is funny. That is really funny. Oh, very nice. Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you. All right. So we have Lisa here. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your question. And let me see. Yeah, we have time for a few more questions if anybody else wants to put their question in. May I have a reading from my cat, Venice? Oh, that's such a neat name, who passed 3 years ago. Let's see if we can tap in. Oh, and Terry mentioned the grill and the teeth, the grill with the truck.
Yeah. The
Oh
grill.
my gosh. Interesting. Sorry, Sweet and Salty. I didn't catch that part. Let's see what we can get from Venice. Is that what, am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So is it a boy, Lisa? Only because I'm going to say he all the time. He's telling me that he lived in the lap of luxury, that he had everything he would ever want and more. He's telling me that he loved the luxury, and he was, you know how they have these diva type of personalities. Well, he loved luxury. Not sure if you had, I don't know.
She's saying girl.
Oh, it was a girl. Okay, then we could correct that. That's why she was a diva then and lived in a lap of luxury. And she's just walking like sort of like strutting when she's walking, sort of like giving me this, I'm a diva and I have everything that it's almost it's a little bit of an attitude. Um, She always kept her eye on you. You from afar, she would keep her eye on you. And she really loved the moments when you would be cuddling and she would be purring. She was blending with your energy when she was purring on you or near you, and you would feel that vibration. And she said this would calm you down, or this would help to regulate your energy field. Wow. So she feels very important, and that you made her feel important. And she's just saying she really enjoyed the many years, and she's given me the number 18. I don't know if that means anything, but she's telling me that she really enjoyed the many years that you shared together, and that she feels now she's telling me that you're her sister. Did you grow up with her? Oh no, she died 3 years ago, you said. But she's saying something about 18, but she feels like she's your sister. Like a sister, she like you it wasn't, I mean, she's just giving me a sister energy. So go ahead, you guys, and either one.
Well, I saw Venice in this particular case. Venice like walked down and then laid on the edge of the stage. Very, and at first, when I was kind of trying to blend into her energy, she did feel very, very diva-like because she was not really wanting to talk to me too much and not kind of like, I'm here. But then as I kind of looked a little closer, or kind of tried to move in a little closer, I realized she was showing me something else. So she's really laid out on the stage. And what I'm getting from her is in her later days, she was very tired. She's showing me that she was very, very tired, that she lounged around a lot, that maybe in her younger days she was probably quite a diva, but she was lounging around a lot, and she appreciates the care that you gave her. She definitely felt like she lived in the lap of luxury. Now, here's where it kind of gets a little funny. She's showing me outside your house. She's showing me that she liked to hide in like the bushes and jump out and scare you. And yet, as she's showing me this, I also feel a little bit like she's making this up a bit, like she wanted to go outside more, or that the few times she got to go outside, she was really happy. It almost, I get this strong feeling she's supposed to be an indoor cat. So, but that she's, yeah, but she is there. She's happy. She loves the care you gave her. Um, I don't get so much that she's a spiritual companion, that she was a pet and that she loved being with you.
Oh,
It was funny. As soon as I turned in, I heard the sound of a cat dropping, like when you don't see them, but they go
Right.
thump, thump, and they're jumping off a chair or the bed or something like that. But then I saw her, I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw her as kind of a tuxedo cat, black and white. And as I saw it, I saw different versions, more white here and more black there or whatever. I don't know if that's true, but I got the idea, as you did, that she liked to be pampered, but I also got the impression that she felt it was an equal exchange. She felt that she was giving you a gift by allowing you to pamper her because it brought out your heart and your caring nature. So she really felt like it was that you weren't just a servant, but that being her servant was good for you. And so she felt like it was an equal exchange that way. And then just randomly, I saw like a kind of melon colored or light orangish colored throw rug, either on like a drying rack or maybe thrown over the side of a tub or something like that. And I'm seeing this from the floor, from her her vantage point, and maybe she liked to, I don't know, play on that or pull it down or something like that. And also just saw her maybe when she was younger, as being very curious and just putting those little paws up to look out the window, before she got into her full-fledged queen sauntering around the house mode. So anyhow, I hope some of that makes sense to you.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. It was very nice. She had a beautiful personality, and you two really blended very well together. So I'm just curious if that 18 had anything to do with it. Thank you again. Thank you very much, Lisa. I see that Linda J is trying to get her question in here, and she says she wanted to connect with her mother. So if you could just give me your mom's name, Linda J, we'll be able to answer that for you. So Linda J would like to get a message from her mom, and we'll find out her name momentarily. And sorry about that. I did try and look back. I must have, I just, it's hard to go all the way back without getting lost. So Linda
Right.
J, if you could just let us know what your mom's name is, your mom's first name, that would be great.
Yeah.
And if it's Linda, that would be neat. And Linda J's mom.
Oh, Allie's here.
Oh, hi, Allie. So do you, sweet and salty, do you know Linda J? Oh, okay. No, it's not Barb. She was saying thank you, Barb, for T Barb. Oh, I think. Linda J, if you could just let us know, say my mom's name is. She's just floating by to say hi. Hi, Allie. Nice to see you. We need you. We need you. You make it look easy. It's not easy, that's for sure.
So
I don't see it.
do you wanna move on to another question and come back, or
Here
do
it
you
is.
just? Oh, good.
Lorraine.
Okay,
Okay.
Lorraine. Good. Okay.
Thank you. And just so as everybody knows, this would be the last one. We're sorry if we missed you, and I see, Amy, that you put your question in twice. So Linda J, Lorraine. So I'm picking up that I see darker hair, maybe like a brown, like a brunette instead of not a jet black or anything. But I'm also seeing that she was very social, and that she loved to be with the neighbors. And I'm not sure if you were like best friends with the neighbors or two doors down, or she did things with the neighbors, or you guys always went to a neighbor's pool, or perhaps there was family that lived in the neighborhood. I just see like you guys trepsing, taking a walk down the block to go to a neighbor's house. Not sure if there was. I wonder if this means anything to you. She's just showing me that a neighborhood, and that you guys really kind of got along with the neighbors, or perhaps you were related to some of the neighbors. But she was pretty social, and she loved to have outdoor barbecues. And there seems to be an outdoor barbecue kind of theme to today's show. But I'm seeing her. She did it all. She did it all. She was able to, do the laundry, do the dishes. She was a one man show, so to speak. She really didn't ask for anybody else's. I mean, I'm sure that she had you do chores and help her out, but this was back when women were supposed to take the brunt of the workload for the household. Like she did all that. She's showing me laundry. She's showing me dishes. She's showing me like being creative and cooking and She was just very much a go-getter, and she did this so that she would be able to socialize with her friends and neighbors. This was very important to her, and she's saying to you, make sure you socialize. Don't. And I understand that this may be the case because of COVID, and we've all been shut in, and we're all pretty much restricted in a lot of different ways. But she's saying to reach out and to be social. She said, mix with other people. She's saying to call other people. This is good. This, you being in this group is good. She's just saying this is what made her feel joy. And she's hoping that this would also make you help to have you feel joy. And she's pretty much a dynamo. It's almost like they don't build them like that anymore. She's a very strong woman. Wow, thank you, Linda J, for sharing her with us. So Joan or Terry?
Well, actually, I got a very short message from her. She wants you to know that she's fine, she's all right, she's up in heaven, everything's great. And then right off the bat, she showed me skis. I can't tell if they're water skis or snow skis, and then at first I couldn't tell. Do you ski or does she ski? Because usually I was turning into your energy, and this one the skis showed up. And then I asked for a little more help from the angels, like, well, can you clear this up a little? And then she gave me the message. She wants you to go in the flow, whether it's water or snow. She doesn't matter. She wants you to do more gliding. Glide through. Don't take things so seriously. Don't take it on so much. Don't. And she gave me another example, like reading, scanning instead of reading every little thing. She wants you to not take things quite so hard or so deep, and go into the flow just a little bit more in your life. And she'll be there. She'll be supporting you, because I kind of feel she's really sporty herself. Yeah,
Linda said, so true. So true. And she said she had 8 kids too. Oh my gosh. Oh,
That makes sense to me because first I was seeing her as kind of a younger woman, and it might have been in the 50s or something, or early 60s when those headscarves were in, and she was wearing one of those. And then I was wondering if she had been a teacher, because I saw her with all these kids leading them all around, and there were a lot of them. But she kept, or maybe she acted as a teacher to her own kids, but those kids were in the rows and everything was organized. And but she liked, going outside. And I got the idea that they lived maybe in the suburbs or in the country or somewhere where there's a little space around you. So there were lots of outdoor activities. And maybe I don't know if she had pet squirrels, but it was something about squirrels, feeding the birds, and then the squirrels would come or something. But there were all kinds of like little projects going on. And like a teacher, they can pack so much into a 1 hour period or a less than 8 hour day. There's no one that can do that better than a teacher, other than maybe a mother of 8 children. But it was that quality of, this needs to get done. It needs to be done right. And we're going to do it. I got the idea that she really liked Halloween and that she had these creative projects. What does this say? And again, I think someone else said it. She liked to be involved in the community, to kind of get off the property, whether it was a house in town or out in the country, and to meet people. And some of that involved the kids too. So maybe if you were in the country, you were in 4-H, or maybe if you were in town, you were at the Y or something like that. And that provided her an opportunity to bring the kids along and socialize with other families and support each other in the country. Yeah, because I got that idea. But that meant there was a lot of richness, a lot of not a lot of work, but there was a lot of projects and things to do. And it seemed like she organized things, had things in a row, and got it all done. but she's saying to you, remember that you got to get off the farm. Don't isolate yourself.
You got to get off the farm. Wow, that was
I know
really,
it.
really good. Really good. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Linda, for insisting that we get in touch with Lorraine. She's such a beautiful inspiration to all of us, and what an amazing woman! Her energy was just absolutely magical. She really
Mhm.
is just beautiful, beautiful mother, and somebody to be honored. And I'm just so glad that we were persistent and came and chased after you for her name and made
Yes.
sure that we got her in for today. That was a beautiful way to end up the show. And thank you again, Linda J. And thank you everybody for who's being patient with me and who is giving us the feedback and getting your message through. There's a lot of different people asking questions, and it's just we can't get to everybody every time. But I just wanted to point out that Lisa says with her cat uh, Venice that she said
Oh,
she brought the best out in me. I have anxiety, so it was calm. I was calmer. 18 might mean she lived long and was a diva, but a quiet one who lied down on her purple chair. All of you described her. Aw, very nice. And she said that she was an indoor cat, no choice, but was comfortable. Not by choice, I guess, but well, thank you, Lisa. Thank you very much for your feedback on that. It was a pleasure reading for or connecting with Venice as well.
mhm.
It's really very, very special. It energizes me. I kind of feel them. I kind of connect with them. They come in and they're like telling us and this and this and this.
Mhm.
You're welcome. Starhawk says, thank you for sharing your talents with us. It's fun, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
fun having you guys here and having you guys participate and having your feedback. It's really a lot of fun. We really appreciate it. So
Mhm.
I think that we spoke a little bit about where you guys will be if you want to just um, follow that or maybe tell us one more time, Terry, where you will be next.
Um,
I
I'm kind of not sure. I think
I
it's
think
actually Joan that's going to be next.
okay. Well, I think actually, Terry, you and me and Terry Lee will be
That's
together
right.
on
We're going to
this
be on Friday.
Friday, which is the 3rd of February, because I just opened up my calendar. And Joan, you will be on with uh, Allie from Heart and Soul Connected. Is that right?
Yes, Thayer and I. And I just wanted to mention, if I could, that if I am giving readings just by donation. So if you are interested in booking a reading, now would be a good time. You can just go to my YouTube channel and there's a button there for book a reading. And it's just, you'll be taken to a place where you can book it. First reading by donation. When they say, how much do you want to donate? You can just put in 0. And yeah, that would be great.
Uh, uh,
For a limited
Joan,
time only.
it's really important for us to stay up in our practice and Joan has developed really interesting techniques that she wants to try out and she wants to make sure that is working as she expects it, and she would love for you guys to help her out with this process. So it's a wonderful opportunity. Thank you very much, Joan, for offering that as well. And it's Wisdom Seeker Jones YouTube channel, and you can just click on the link where it says Book of Reading. And Terry also does private readings, and her website is kigaruspiritualjourney.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Journeys,
Oh,
plural, and
okay.
just with an S, not a IES.
And I do have everybody's information in the description below, and I think that the moderators have also been putting in your your information in the chat as well. So we just want to say thank you again to everybody for coming and for sharing this beautiful time together. And thank you, Joan and Terry, for being here with me.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Enjoy
Yes.
your week, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye now.